You've chosen this as a career path. Do you see there's a future for other people that are starting school?
Fabian Rico, class of 2016.
At San Jose State, I'm a business administration major with an emphasis on marketing.
With a minor in green building and energy policy.
I've been having fun after college, like settling into the real world.
Currently, $30K in student loan debt.
The whole like paradigm of just like college to the real world type shit, like it's because like a lot of people refer to it as like kind of like from a place of jadedness kind of thing, like, oh yeah, now you're in like the real world and shit, but it's like, but like the real world has always been there.
You know, post-college life gets a bad reputation.
You know, but it's like we don't get to distract ourselves from school and like the little bubble like that is within it.
I don't miss homework. I don't miss having to study for tests. I don't miss having to buy a fucking Scantron to take these tests. I don't miss the institutionalization of it in general, or what's being taught must be assumed as the absolute correct thing. I mean, especially in a business major setting. Although there's a lot of holistic, theory-based things that became useful for me throughout my career, a lot of the marketing trends that they talk about in these lectures are fairly dated.
Well, that would sound exactly what I'd expect out of a marketing major.
I understand that they gotta wait until certain strategies are tried and true, but tried and true can change within a month. Now, I was lucky enough to have some professors who cared enough to kick some knowledge that still carries over today. But the key attribute that they all had was an openness to question what we're taught and think critically for a bit.
But before that class even occurred, like I was your typical like apathetic citizen.
I mean, it gets tiring sitting in lectures from some of these other teachers who downplay the impact of new channels such as social media, Google AdWords, SEO, influencer marketing, because it's not as established as other channels like print. They dismiss digital channels in general as a fad, and some of them just phone it in and regurgitate textbook material like it was the absolute truth. Fuck that. Now, I'm not trying to shit on the college system. Personally, my return on it is positive. And not just on a monetary scale either. The return can also be in the form of connections that I've made with some really amazing and interesting people. But admittedly, this piece of paper that I earned in my college career acts as a permission slip for me to make some paper. But one of the most important aspects of my college career is that it really gave me time to reverse engineer what I want in this life. It's helped build me into who I am today.
Yeah, like it's like school gave me a lot of time, and it sparked a lot of like things that like have led to today.
But I'm noticing the trend of the self-taught professional becoming more and more commonplace nowadays. The ROI of college seems to be declining, with tuition and debt going up. That could be seen with every other college graduate working in gigs that they are overqualified and underpaid for. I don't know if I'm gonna send my kids to college. And for me, there isn't any trust funds to fall back on. My parents stopped supporting me a long time ago, and at this point they shouldn't even have to support me. I should have their back. So while I was in school, I had to make sure that I was able to hold it down for myself and not have them worry about me. In a way, I've been living in the real world.
Now that you don't have to go to school, it's like all the like the equivalent of like work you'd be putting in, like you get to get paid for it now, and you get like, you know, these perks and like all this other shit.
So it wasn't just a degree that propelled me to where I'm at now. I had to do a lot of stuff outside of my curriculum to really learn what's going on as far as marketing trends go. It took a lot of grit and grind because I knew that I had to take charge of my own life. Otherwise, that's the end of me. I'm out in the fucking street. So there came a point where I needed to distinguish what to retain and what to unlearn. In order for me to not just survive, but to thrive, I must venture a bit outside of the templates that society hands us.
I recognize that in school, I've always had a goal, which was to finish school.
Yeah.
I need to set new life goals.
Go to college, graduate, get money, and die. I'm still following that template for the most part, but I need something a little bit more than that. I need that sense of meaning and purpose in what I do.
I've always been excited of like, now I get to do the real world type shit where it's like not so much like, oh yeah, college, like that's like as if it was the peak and shit.
Yeah, that's true.
Now there are tough times in this post-college life, this so-called real world. It does get harder. But that just means you leveled up now.
Like I still feel like I haven't reached like any peak yet. Like there is a lot more to go.
Definitely.
There's no choice for me but to rise. The higher I go, I feel the air thinning.
There's a lot more mountains to climb.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's how you know you're on the way to more winning. It's in my hands now. New levels, new devils.
New levels, new devils, man.
Oh shit.
I can't take credit for that. Nas said that.
Who said that?
Nas, yeah.
You're too damn smart. So
Stay learned.
See more of my content on these channels. All right then.